but I'll cover some lesson when I get back. So those are here. Decide something that you want me to review, and we'll do it. Have some discussion. All right. Good morning, everyone. So today, well, yesterday was interesting. Was a bit of surprise. I think why things got so nasty. Um, you know, Friday, those that we hear got all in, believing that the market was going to go up, and it certainly looked that way. The only concern was it needed to go higher, and it couldn't. So we had this bar closing virtually on the high. The buyers came in aggressively. You can see on the 15-minute chart. It bottomed out there around lunchtime. You can see the little head and shoulders bottom. Let me get this little marker thing here. Yeah, you can see that head and shoulders bottom, textbook stuff, right? Left shoulder, breakdown head, deep retracement, little bullish consolidation there, and up it went. And they jumped in right into the close. And so yesterday's gap down in of itself wasn't so terrible. You see where it was on the daily bar in the middle of the range. That could have been recovered from. Yet when it failed at support and entered the void below, it was just toboggan slide, all the way down. So it stopped at the 50, looking at SPX here, started with SPX and converging 20 and 50, stopped there. It's pretty much, well, you can see where the cursor is. Well, we have to go to SPY to really see where it updates, but it's somewhere around here. And that unfilled gap looks like should happen in the next couple of days. So you should set an alert there. So these are today's strikes. I just put this here, and I would say the downside is a no-brainer. If we should head lower at the open, things are kind of quiet here. Um, See if you can get down to 5,400. Hopefully a little fast move. There's a significant, for today, significant open interest that'll expire today at 5,400. So under the possibility that things have another big down day, anywhere close to 5,400 should be a no-brainer. That's relatively close, but it's not exactly there. So if we can get the best. Anyway, if it starts heading down, it's at 5,480-ish or whatever, and you get under 5,400, it's a go. Up here, the biggest open interest expiring today is 5,570. So that should be a wall of significance to stop it. And well, you can see my cursor at the bottom of right here, these bottoming tail bars is 5560. So 5570, if buyers should want to step up, you've got this minor resistance. It's the bottom of the trading range you can see on the 65-minute chart. So any upside attempts today should be contained by that area. And so you can mark those things on your chart, set alerts, and the upside and downside should be contained within those areas. And remember the unfilled gap down there. If it should come down there, buyers will step up because everybody's looking at the same thing. All right. Spiders, just to see where things are at, just down near yesterday's low, converging moving averages right there, unfilled gap waiting. I don't know if it'll get there today, of course. Wide range bar, historically is followed by a narrow range bar. So it could be a consolidation. Now, looking at the weekly time frame that we discussed yesterday morning, was that these charts are out of alignment as far as the patterns being aligned, telling us the same thing. And I mentioned about, hey, if we had a correction bar, that would have been something to go with this daily consolidation and that strong close. So today, it's only the beginning of the week. We've got a red candle after a slowing momentum candle. We don't know what this is going to look like by Friday. It could be a red candle coming down here to 540. It could have come down a little bit more, right? Of course, could fill the gap and by the end of the week form a bottoming tail bar in this cuckoo market right after yesterday. But if we were to get a correction bar, I explain what a correction bar is. It's a bar in which you've got a day, two, maybe three of consolidation. Prices trade under it and then rally back to form a bottoming tail bar. And if we should have that by week's end, I'm going to bet that this continues to go up. Now, you wouldn't think that's a possibility. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is after seeing yesterday's broad-based selling. But that is the power of bar by bar analysis. Is that you see what is today and you accept what is today and look at multiple time frames, support resistance, so on and so forth. And then does the next bar confirm? Does the next bar put it in question? Does the next bar totally negate what preceded it? And so we'll see. Right now, things are aligned to at least go lower, maybe have a consolidation day today, since yesterday was such a big day. And, institutions, traders maybe catch their breath, wait for the JOLTS report to come out at 10 o'clock and see, hey, are things still looking like maybe this economy is falling apart? There's going to be a recession? No. Oh, wait. Remember the last time? Oh, there'll be a recession. Collapse. Maybe not. Maybe we made a mistake. Rally. Everybody get back in again. And yesterday's okay. Let's sell. And it's really crazy, but it is what it is. And so when volatility goes so extreme as this has, we wait for volatility to contract, and then we'll see where the prices are at after that contraction and volatility, and that'll give us a higher probability setup. So trade intraday, do your credit spreads. If you got things on their own page, as far as swings, that's all good. But as the market has reached this point of worry, longs are going to be a little more difficult. All right. Qs broke down. Right? Remember, we talked about this hook pattern. Can it trigger? It didn't. And down she went. Next gap down below, be aware of it, sudden alert. Prices are pretty much down a little bit, nothing of significance. You can see the 5-minute chart is live here, and where my cursor is and on the charts, you see the pivot over there on the 65-minute. And maybe the fact that it's down as much as it is contains things here. Normally, this kind of a rollover type of a pattern, that pivot wouldn't come into be something of significance to rely on. However, the way things went down yesterday, an igniting bar, and then it just continued to go down, reaching that area just may result in a consolidation day today. And that's really the essence of narrow range days. So just a little bit more to advance and analysis and how we just look at things from the gap trading course. We could have a big red bar like that and another big red bar. And this just went down all day. So, you can see on the 15-minute chart, it's just down, down, down now. But what if it had fallen quickly, kept going down, maybe into 12 o'clock, and then from, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, it went sideways. So that consolidation could be the new breakdown area, whereas this has been falling and now it's gapping down. And in theory, it could be a minor exhaustion gap today and things come back up or hit this pivot and just flip back up again. So again, we'll just see how it unfolds. We look at the patterns that have formed and we say, okay, this was just a decline throughout the trading day. And rather than a different wide range bar that could have had, say, 3 hours or so of consolidation and then just be the next stair step down to the next support level. They're looking around, would follow through or not. Transport's held up, I have to say, relatively well, even though it's a red bar. It's up at resistance, but hanging up there. Um, Transports, the Dow, I should say, that was a big, nasty red bar after making a new high. Pivot is down below. So we'll see if it holds that pivot or not. We need to look at that. Interest rates are holding here. Um, so look, everybody believes they're going to cut interest rates. Let's look at the 13-week. And you can see, where it is, down below 5%. So that's accepted. Charts, interest rates we're looking at confirm that they will cut interest rates. Um, that's the belief anyway. And of course, we're going to see what data is coming out, of course. Um, Friday, the unemployment report, today's 10 o'clock JOLTS report. Everybody's looking for confirmation of, yes, they're going to cut those interest rates. And if the economic numbers come out worse than anticipated, there's some speculation that maybe they would do half. Who knows? But and the other side of that is, well, if they did half, things must be really bad. Do we buy or do we sell? So where things are at right now and how the charts are set up, and I'll just go back to SPX, top of the range, red bar, void down below, the big drop, the big up move. It's going to take time for this to settle down. Just common sense suggests that we're probably in for a week or two of maybe settling down, or, you know, terrible September swoon, maybe back down to the lows. That's the unknown. We'll deal with it. Russell, you know, was getting better. Now it's not. Converging moving averages, pretty much unchanged. Everybody here waiting to see the next shoe to drop, see what happens at 10 o'clock and where we go from there. Crude oil, dropping. I don't know. What is that about? Is that indicative of a slowing economy or just an over amount of supply because of the same? I'm not sure. Just pointing out that oil, breaking down like this does have some economic implications as to, you know, slowing economy. And I think, look, with all the credit card debt and all the things that we've heard over all this time, I think that kind of makes sense. So we'll see what happens. Gold continues to mark time here. It's holding up okay. It's right on that pivot. It's in a nice uptrend. I think buyers will be around on dips. Silver, that gave it up. It was the weaker, gave it up yesterday. Kind of a messy pattern there on the weekly chart. Bitcoin down a bit, down on this pivot. Just another messy chart in a trading range, as you can see. Top of the range, bottom of the range. When it got down to 50,000, buyers stepped in. And now, can they lift it back up? Or is it going to make the next leg down? Just not patterns that provide us high probability trading opportunities. And those that are holding this, well, there are those that are forever bullish and thinking it's going to the moon. A lot of people do. Maybe it eventually what does, but closing below this area here may send it down to 40,000. SMH, very nasty day. There's one of those examples I was showing you the hook, but it never was able to trade above the resistance area. And I did explain about this congestion and maybe the need for a little more sideways price action. If we could get, that would be an amazing, a 180 reversal off of this. I'd be like, wow. But look, if it had been a minor move down and then a bottoming tail bar, it could begin to form a very desirable pattern as it would get some choppy price action away from this congestion. But now it looks like it's got to go down to the 200. It's down a little bit. There is some support there. You can see the cursor on the 65 minute, kind of light volume, but I don't know. The no-brainer opportunity would be down here, but look at the weekly chart and the same thing. The lower high, and I don't want to go too far, but of course I have to think: is that a Head and Shoulders top? Usually the right shoulder is lower than the left shoulder. So is it a broadening formation? Is it going to break down below here? That's the unknown. This could flip up next week, and then look, when we have these patterns where multiple time frames are out of alignment and we got this crazy kind of price action where things fall apart and they come back again, it's time for, with these kind of patterns for swing trading to just sit on your hands and wait for things to begin to contract this erratic price action. All right. Look, everything's pretty much the same no matter where we look, so I don't have to cover everything. That was nasty, but look, the what we want to look for here is relative strength, and what has been incredibly strong is financials. So yeah, it was rejected yesterday, and if you look at Goldman Sachs and some of the others, they look terrible. So we'll see what they do and what you know regionals do. All yours, Dan.
Good morning. Hey, Greg, you made that statement of erratic price behavior, step aside. My immediate reaction to that is the beauty of swing trading. We decide when to engage, put it into forward or reverse, and we're not buy and hold where you got to sit through all that stuff. We decide. So that's actually a great feeling, when you're in cash, not engaged. Yeah, I'm on my Logi Tech portable microphone. Be back to normal tomorrow. All right, let's see, Raul. Raul, my man. CBRE. It's a buy setup with a little curled bottom, relative strength. It's up a lot weekly, but strong. On a pattern like this, I would much rather prefer a bottoming tail because even though it's traded over prior bars high, it's going sideways and it has room to fall to minor support. So, just set an alarm up there and see what happens. Marcos asking about Zulu Sierra. Yeah, we got a couple big old gappers today. That's on my list right here in this middle chart. And well, we'll get to it. We did one put spread on earning. Well, we actually did two. One was in the weekend letter, but I'll get to it. So yeah, I remember looking at this yesterday. I think I was considering a condor. I forget, but obviously didn't do it. And that's a big. So absolutely, I don't know what your question is in terms of what you're thinking, but what I am thinking, big old gap to major support on earnings, 30-minute high, T put spread. That's my S.
All right, sorry, y'all. I unplugged it. I know you don't like this, but can you hear me now?
Yes.
You know, Greg, one time on my trip, I actually brought my Yeti with me, and you were saying it wasn't working either on the laptop. So I apologize, you all.
Oh, you got some work to do on that laptop when you get home.
All right, so let's continue here. DKS. Two. Oh, no, my bad. This is the one that we did a put spread in last weekend's letter. We sold the um, I think the 200 puts down here, and it was up this morning. I sent out a telegram saying move it to, I came way down here saying 221, and it actually is selling off here a little bit. But yeah, I 99% guarantee we got a profit on that. Right, Dollar Tree is the other one here that's on my list. I kind of thought this was earnings the other day. I don't remember what caused this, but today's earnings is gapping down to $70. Oh, I think that's right. It fell on the new exactly Dollar General. Look at this, my weekly chart. I don't even see support over here. Uh, so you got to go to the monthly. That's nasty, nasty, nasty. All we can do is watch it, see what it does. But it's what we call it's an exhaustion gap. Now, does that mean it's guaranteed to go up today? No. But something down from 105, down 8 bars and gapping down whatever percent is typically an exhaustion gap. So it's on my list to see what it does in the first hour or day or two or three. But I guarantee you we're going to get a bullish bounce set up eventually. I can't tell you the day. All right, let's go to other earnings here. Oscar Sierra, recent IPO, up a little bit, nothing to do. ASMD, one, wow, that's a nasty gap down. Now, this is a pattern where I said yesterday, definitely I would have a bias of doing a call spread, but a lot of these that I did like the pattern did not have weeklies. Now see, this one's also a big old gap, but I actually would like this one better if it were gapping the 121.21. I don't know. I just gotta wait. All right, it's gapping on this little bit. I need more data. I have no bias right now. This one I said yesterday, it looks like it's going to zero. Look at that, $18 down to 2 with that nasty downtrend. So that I got zero interest in. HQY slopping around, no good pattern. Papa Delta 1670. That's a breakdown, all time frames. That's ugly as can be. Now remember, whenever I'm looking at these things, in your head, you could be thinking also to check your cousins. Asian 1172, ugly gap to support, but these are ugly gaps. So not, not rushing into anything. And that one we talked about. GitLab. Now there's a pro gap. There's a pro gap. It was in a downtrend and was gapping over all this resistance with a void. So that looks really good for a put spread, and depends how aggressive you are. 5, 10, 15, 30-minute high. I don't know. But all right, I need more windows here. All right, can somebody watch GitLab for us? I like That's good to watch. DKS we talked about. All right, DKS. I gave a stop under 221 when it was 231. So let me telegram them to say give 10 minutes or so for spreads. Hey. All right, this is the one we sold 31 puts on. Perfect bottoming pattern, red bar ignored, closing breakout. And this is just a fact of life if you do this game of selling options in the earnings. So I sold the 31s and it's gapping against me to support. It's an ugly gap, support. I'm going to do nothing at the open except just watch it. Casey, big old topic pattern. I can't see where it's opening. But if it opens flattish or up a little, I prefer up a little, 358 or lower, and then take out a 30-minute low will be a day trade short. Here's Don, you like exhaustion gaps. This is another exhaustion type gap, down 6 bars, monster gap down. So there's a couple option trades here on gappers that we got to keep an eye on. In Prince, Sienna bullish gap. It's far from the 20, so it's up a lot from this prior low, which I don't like. But that's a very bullish gap over a red bar and an uptrend. So that's a day trade long watch. Yeah, I remember those healthcare. Whoa, man, Mo. Yeah, I had a couple of these on our list for today. Mo, Humana. Humana's holding better. Let me set an alarm 364 on Humana now. This meta, I see we're short the call spreads. So that was a nice, I said yesterday under the low directional. There's a big old void here. Let's cover half over 5-minute time. Earnings here. Nasty gaps everywhere. Look at that thing. Wow. Just gapping under months of data. That's down a lot. It looks lower. There, this was the one I said if it opens flat, short it. You could short a 5-minute low or just short it now. I mean, the only, on earnings, I'd like to wait 5 minutes. But that's a beautiful breakdown right there. Got a bigger void, but still, this is what we call, transfer of demand. We had this little breakout failure. So I like this. Short 5-minute low stuff yesterday's high. Nothing. A valves at call spread. My option traders 210 call spread if there's any juice. Curto, nothing. A valves. That's it. All right, so I got through all the earnings. Fantastic, yeah. Zulu Sierra. All right, so 30 or 15, I don't know. 15, 30-minute high. I like this. Let me see what the 155s are. Yeah, 150. Wow, they're spreading. 150 by $2. But $5 wide is $1. All right, so I have it here. No rush, no rush, because I don't have any confidence it's gonna hold. The Dollar Tree still weak as can be. Spiders bouncing, but bouncing in a downtrend into a nasty daily, so nothing to be excited about. EMOS, it's a buy setup and an uptrend. It's a beast. Wow, Microsoft's a call spread idea yesterday, so. But, let's wait to see where this bounce runs out. All right, Meta. Yeah, Meta, I said close half right here. We had 530, 535. Oh,
DE is fucking everything going up.
PE?
DE, deer.
Oh. Yeah, that could be a directional now. They go
I'd
bottom
buy a
and cut.
I'd buy
We
a
have a,
fallback on it. I won't chase it.
yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is we have a put spread on. Let me put it in.
Caterpillar went in the other direction. Well, yesterday it's not recovering.
Mana up alarm.
It's going to come into the gap fill. Nothing to do there.
BXC, yep, we're still in then. Yeah, I was hoping to get a 1, 2, 3 on that, Stephen. Pepsi. Aflac's bullish, but look, this is a great example of using the moving averages to show it getting extended. So, I don't think we're in an environment to be buying extended things. PG, we should have been in. 15-minute high yesterday was a no-brainer. Inverse head and shoulders. Absolute no-brainer yesterday on that. I did not see it. Hope to extend the amazing strength. I don't give it. See, LMT is not as extended, Stephen, because it's been going sideways here for a long time. So I like this one better than, Hope, Aflac, CNC. Yeah, it was on my list that I got from you. Okay, yeah, we're not in it, but yeah, that's enough. Yeah. Yeah, BC looks good. Here, I wrote these two shorts down on your list, saying, yeah, X pop right here. Yeah, that could be a day trade. I don't like shorting into this power, but it's a void and it went sideways. So yeah, I like it as a day trade. Uh, I wrote down as a possible day trade only. CI got a downgrade, but no pattern. Yeah, WISA, big old bullish gap. AMD was relative strength, no pattern. Get plans we know about. Pro gap, gap's too big for me. AMD, yep, was on the list. Yeah, yeah, I was hoping for 1, 2, 3, but yeah, this and his cousin. What's his cousin's name, Alex? Right here, CCI, I got it. I still like them both, like them both. You know, this one's at this prior range, but I think it's gonna blast through it. But with weekly, monthly, that's a beautiful monthly. You know, I wouldn't call it a core, but I'll call it a pig target. You know, maybe one, whatever, 125 to 130. Stop yesterday's low, looks great. Let's maybe a 30-minute high. Tell him because I gotta leave it. I'm just gonna tell him bye. 30-minute high, stop yesterday's low. Go any directional is also a credit spread candidate. Oh, we're actually in CCO. It's a Clifford. Okay, cool. Directional. Yeah, I remember saying that yesterday. Yeah, yeah, that's the one that the guy on YouTube mentioned. Yeah, it looks better now. Sam looks better now. I like it. The beast. The beast. All time frames. You know, it's a bank, so you know, be careful. Banks getting tired. They're both bullish. Cool. I already moved stuff 30-minute low. Sent on Telegram. Spiders upper right, rallying here to yesterday's kind of closing resistance. Oh, still weak. I moved stuff break even. Oh wow, that turned into a bigger and bigger. I thought we were gonna have a beautiful game with this. Yeah, we got the 205 books. Let's see what it is. Oh wow, we're actually lost right now. Oh man, that's disappointing. So LV up alarm, that's you, Greg. Nice. Up 62.82. Starting moving. Break even. See why you do not rush into these things? November, let's spread, let's, that was another accident. That big old green bar should not have been negated. Um, yeah, 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 let's, see how it closes. It's still, but it's also a bear 1, 2, 3. Because that's an ugly bar yesterday from a big old rounding top. But if this were Thursday, I would do a 1 DTE put spread 30-minute high. But yeah, it's bouncing. That's a bad tick. Oh,
Surprising that there isn't much premium after yesterday's drop in these puts. I was just looking at Google that Alex mentioned that the 200 is close to that pivot, but you can't get far enough away, even for 2 days. That's comfortable.
Halliburton new low. Oh, break even, so it's fine. Just keep it. Or two. On relative strength. Yeah, put spread on this. Oh, shoot, our mic in yesterday. All right. Something been a problem. We had an open game up here and it closed weak. Two topping tails yesterday. That's danger, danger. Give Kramer one compliment. Look at Apple. Give Kramer a compliment after all these years. He's always excited as can be, full of energy. It's like he loves. Yeah. Again, it ain't a swing trade, but yeah, scalp and possible put spread, but I don't trust anything unless it closes strong. The green bars. That was our prediction yesterday, right? Big old gap down. Utility system. Hello, I still light over yesterday's high. I got an alarm up there. Alpha X-ray over these highs. Hey, bowling dog, bouncing low. Oh, we had it in two more. Any more comment on your Kramer statement? No, no, it's just watching the CNBC here, and he's always so energetic. And I just want to give him a compliment, but I've been watching him for 20 years, and has the same passion as he did 20 years ago. And so I think that's a kind of worth a compliment. I already moved 30-minute low. Holy cow! I think that was on earnings. Yeah, negated. Asian, found some buyers down here. Oh, that's ours. Shoot. Um, we have the 205s. This thing's getting killed. Oh, AC, I said call spread. If there's only twos, let me look. Ask a gap. That's what I said, potential gap will snap. But there's not Nothing going on right now. This will be a false credit to some juice. And it looks like like all in D SPX. Yeah, nothing on that. Deanna gave it up. That was a bullet gap. Those are two weird looking red bars. You might think is an error, but it's not. AI might be a problem about it. All right, this one I said short 5-minute low. Let's see. Let's hold on. See it's there's a big bounce off the negative gap. You see, that's where fundamentals I think have to kick in. To have all that buying to create that bar on another gap. Yeah, that was nice yesterday. Yeah, I remember you mentioned it. Yeah, nice job. I remember Greg mentioned Duke. Yeah, you got conflicting time frames there, but absolutely. A little breakdown failure, demand stepping up on the 5-15 minute. That's a bear 1, 2, 3 on the daily, sell set up weekly. So, whenever you see conflicting time frames, you just gotta trade a smaller time frame, the compelling pattern on whatever you're looking at.